One of the many endeavors of AFA are the Umeed Asha Kiran schools for specially abled children. AFA is a true embodiment of the shouldered behind every soldier.
Air Marshal Jitendra Mishra, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Western Air Command, and Mrs. Vatsala Mishra, President, Air Force Families Welfare Association Regional, have arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, Air Marshal Narmadeshwar Tiwari, Vice Chief of Air Staff, has arrived.
Western Air Command is the sword arm of the Indian Air Force. With its headquarters in New Delhi, it safeguards India's skies from the towering heights of Ladakh to the deserts of Rajasthan, and from the western borders to the heart of nation's capital.
स्वतंत्रता दिवस 2025 के अवसर पर माननीय राष्ट्रपति श्रीमती द्रौपदी मुर्मू ने भारतीय वायुसेना की वीरता और नेतृत्व को सम्मानित किया.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored today with the esteemed presence of many former Chiefs of Air Staff amongst us. On behalf of Chief of the Air Staff, we welcome
Air Chief Marshal V.R. Chaudhary, Air Chief Marshal R.K.S. Bhadoria, Air Chief Marshal B.S. Dhanoa, Air Chief Marshal Aurup Raha, Air Chief Marshal N.A.K. Brown, Air Chief Marshal F.H. Major, Air Chief Marshal A.Y. Tipnis, Air Chief Marshal N.C. Suri, Air Chief Marshal S.P. Tyagi, Air Chief Marshal P.V. Naik,
Their legacy, leadership, and professional acumen is what drives us today on our paths to greater glory. Once again, on behalf of Chief of the Air Staff, we welcome our former chiefs.
We also have amongst us on parade Indian Air Force Master Warrant Officer Pradeep Kumar Yadav and Command Master Warrant Officer Jitender Singh of Western Air Command. They have played a pivotal role in the Indian Air Force by fostering unity, camaraderie, and strengthening commitment to safeguard the nation.
The Indian Air Force does not merely guard the sky. It guards hope, it guards progress, it guards the very rhythm of freedom. On this day, let us remember, the Indian Air Force is not above us in the air alone. It is within us, in the soaring spirit of a nation that dares to dream, dares to defend. Indian Air Force, the fourth largest air force in the world, is a sentinel of peace, a sword in war, and a symbol of India's unyielding resolve. Discipline, devotion, and dedication, these three virtues flow in the blood of every air warrior, making the Indian Air Force not just a force in the skies, but the very spirit of India's invincibility.
Earlier this year, Operation Sindoor exemplified that inter-service synergy is no longer an aspiration, but a battle-proven reality, proving that when India's three services march together, they do so with one heartbeat, one purpose, and one destiny. Collaboration of our armed forces reaffirm our commitment to safeguarding India's borders on land, seas, and skies, a tribute to the vision of seamless inter-service cooperation. This jointmanship has not only sharpened our operational readiness, but also underscored a timeless truth. When the tricolor calls, the armed forces rise as one, with unity of purpose and supremacy of action. Admiral Dinesh K. Tripathi, Chief of the Naval Staff, and Mrs. Shashi Tripathi, President, Navy Welfare and Wellness Association, have arrived.
पिछले एक वर्ष में भारतीय वायुसेना और भारतीय नौसेना ने अपनी सामूहिक युद्ध तैयारी और संयुक्त क्षमताओं को और भी सुदृढ़ किया है। विशेष रूप से ट्रॉपेक्स 25 अभ्यास में नौसेना के विमान तथा हेलीकॉप्टर शामिल थे, जहां वायुसेना के विमानों ने समुद्री युद्ध परिस्थितियों में नौसेना के साथ समन्वित रूप से भूमिका निभाई।
The Indian Air Force and the Indian Navy, the guardians of the skies and the sentinels of the seas, together form the twin wings of
हर कदम में अनुशासन, हर हरकत में सटीकता और हर दृष्टि में प्रेरणा, यही है भारतीय वायुसेना की पहचान। जब उनकी बंदूकें आकाश को चीरती हैं और उनके गठन आकार लेते हैं, तो यह केवल एक प्रदर्शन नहीं बल्कि एक उद्घोष है कि भारतीय वायुसेना अब कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर राष्ट्र की अभेद्य ढाल बन खड़ी है।
Please put your hands together once again for a breathtaking performance by Air Warrior Drill Team, Subroto of the Indian Air Force.
Breathtaking performance by Air Warrior Drill Team. We will have the heritage flight of the Indian Air Force, who will light up the sky and your hearts with their pleasant maneuvers. The Heritage Squadron is a fleet of vintage aircraft that proudly keeps alive the legacy of the most iconic aircraft of the Indian Air Force. The Heritage Formation, comprising of Hindustan Trainer 2 or the HT2 as Heritage 1, being flown by Wing Commander NDS Reddy, and Tiger Moth as Heritage 2, flown today by Wing Commander AK Singh. यह है भारतीय वायुसेना का एकमात्र विंटेज बेयर जिसने वायुसेना को आज इस मुकाम तक पहुंचाया है. Now coming in from your front, we have the Heritage Formation. Watch as they soar towards the sky. Keep your eyes on the aircraft as they form a figure of 8 in the sky. Just a fly past, it's the flight of history. Cross at the base. Tiger Moth is a vintage biplane that carries with it a legacy of early aviation in India. Inducted into services in 1930, Tiger Moth has served as a basic trainer for countless budding pilots. Today, it stands not only as a tribute of proud heritage, but also as a tribute to the timeless courage of those who first took to the skies. Now coming in from your left, we have the HT2, which will perform wagon wings on approaching the days. विमान केवल धरोहर ही नहीं बल्कि भारतीय वायुसेना की उस अदम्य जिजीविषा के प्रतीक हैं जिसने समय के साथ अपनी विरासत को संभालते हुए भविष्य की उड़ान को और सशक्त बनाया है। As the heritage
True to the martial tradition, at the sounding of the bugle, air warriors will march in from both sides of the parade ground.
we are honored with the presence of Air Officers Commanding-in-Chief, the Four Commands. We welcome
Air Marshal Suraj Singh, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Eastern Air Command. Air Marshal Balakrishnan Manikandan, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief,
नहीं अभी
Central
यहाँ
Air
डाल
Command.
सकते हैं, बाद में यहाँ नहीं रह सकते, उन लोग यहाँ
Air
रहेंगे।
Marshal Nagesh Kapoor, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Southwestern Air Command. Air Marshal Manish Khanna, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Southern Air Command. Air Marshal Tejinder Singh, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Training Command. Air Marshal Vijay Kumar Garg, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Maintenance Command.
In a few moments from now, the sounding of bugles will herald the parade. The parade adjutant for today's ceremonial parade is Flight Lieutenant Karanveer Singh.
before us unfolds not just a parade, but a symphony of discipline, every step echoing the heartbeat of the Indian Air Force. Look at the sea of blue and steel, precision in steps, courage on display, and pride marching shoulder to shoulder.
The parade adjutant will now hand over the parade to the parade commander. Today's parade commander is Group Captain Chetan Pradeep Deshpande.
Group Captain Chetan Pradeep Deshpande was commissioned into the fighter stream of the Indian Air Force on 17 December 2005. He is an alumnus of the National Defence Academy and Defence Services Staff College, Wellington. He is operational on the Mirage 2000 aircraft and is a fighter combat leader. He has led the Indian Air Force contingent at Republic Day Parade in 2011 and is presently serving as the commander, 6th Tactical Air Centre.
आज निशान टोली का नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं फ्लाइंग ऑफिसर मेहर ठाकुर। जब निशान टोली आपके सामने से गुजरे तो आप उसके सम्मान में खड़े हो जाएं तथा वर्दीधारीगण सैल्यूट करें।
प्रेसिडेंट कलर्स, जो सर्वोच्च सम्मान का प्रतीक हैं, भारत के प्रथम राष्ट्रपति डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद द्वारा 1 अप्रैल 1954 को भारतीय वायुसेना को प्रदान किए गए और राष्ट्र की सेवा में उल्लेखनीय भूमिका की मान्यता का स्वरूप हैं।
Ladies and gentlemen, Air Officer Commanding-in-Chief, Western Air Command, is about to arrive. On his arrival, he'll be received by Air Commodore Rajiv Dobhal, Air Officer Commanding, Air Force Station, Hindon.
भारतीय वायुसेना केवल आकाश की रखवाली नहीं करती, वह आशा की रखवाली करती है, प्रगति की रखवाली करती है, स्वतंत्रता की धड़कन की रखवाली करती है। इस दिवस पर हम सब याद रखें, भारतीय वायुसेना केवल ऊपर आकाश में नहीं है, बल्कि हमारे भीतर है, उस ऊंचे जज्बे में जो सपने देखने और उनकी रक्षा करने का साहस रखता है।
Every anniversary of the Indian Air Force reminds us that courage is timeless, discipline is ageless, and sacrifice is priceless. Each air warrior standing on this parade today carries with them the courage of countless generations, the pride of a billion citizens, and the promise of a secure future.
With the echoes of display and precision on the parade ground, we are also reminded of a force.
और अब विरासत की इस कड़ी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए थोड़ी ही देर में आकाश में नजर आएगा एक और विंटेज योद्धा, हावर्ड। Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments from now, prepare to turn your eyes once again to the skies as we welcome the Howard aircraft. Howard was the trusted trainer that has shaped generations of Indian Air Force pilots. With its unique growl, this aircraft became a symbol of learning, discipline and courage. From the young cadets taking their first solo flights to the future combat leaders owning their skills, the Howard has played a vital role in building the foundation of air power in our nation. Today, as it graces the skies once more, the Howard stands not only as a proud vintage bird, but a living tribute to the spirit, professionalism and enduring legacy of the Indian Air Force. Now shift your gaze towards the left, approaching, skimming just above the backdrop, the Howard aircraft, painting the sky with a brilliant plumes. Watch as it carries out a calm and measured 360-degree turn, demonstrating a perfect blend of grace and control, a tribute to the training and traditions it once embodied. In 1999, it was inducted into the Heritage Flight in July of 2015 after restoration. The aircraft is now taking position for a run-in from your 12 o'clock, offering a formal greeting to you all. The iconic aircraft that served with distinction during the 1930s and the 1940s is known as the finest advanced trainers of its era, and it was used extensively to prepare fighter pilots for frontline service. With its tandem seating, robust design and characteristic engine growl, it became the perfect classroom in the sky, shaping generations of pilots who went on to defend the nation's skies. Now coming in from your left, once again the Howard. Please give a huge round of applause and keep encouraging them with your love and support. Manufactured in June of 1943, it was allocated to the Royal Air Force in 1947. Even today, its present. This maneuver, performed by one of Indian Air Force's most revered vintage aircraft, symbolizes both respect and the enduring legacy of our air warriors. Howard is now turning into position straight ahead of you all for a final run-in as it soars on reaching the dais, touching the sky with glory just as it always has. Display of our chronicles as much as the team presenting it before you.
Landing position. दिखेगा नहीं टेंट कवर है
आज के शुभ अवसर पर सभी विशिष्ट अतिथियों का पश्चिमी वायु कमान के वायु अफसर कमांडिंग इन चीफ एवं सभी कार्मिकों की ओर से हम आभार व्यक्त करते हैं।
All distinguished guests are requested to remain seated and follow the usherers to the designated areas for refreshments.
I, Squadron Leader Nupur, on behalf of the Committee